All right, so today we're talking about Schedular TDIU. And this is a way to get a 100% VA rating for individual unemployability. In order to win this claim, you're going to want to submit a vocational assessment along with your individual unemployability claim. And I left a well-written example in my boot camp, and you can check that out at combatgrade.com. Schedular TDIU can be found under 38 CFR 4.16b. And the law says that all veterans who are unable to secure and follow a substantially gainful occupation by reason of service-connected disabilities shall be rated totally disabled. This means that all veterans with any service-connected disability with any rating, including a 0% VA rating, should be rated at 100% if the disability prevents you from working. The VA's done a really good job of hiding this one, and they do a piss poor job of explaining it, and they make it more complicated than it needs to be. But it really comes down to this. And here's an example. You have a 0% rating for hearing loss. Your hearing gets worse. Your 0% rating doesn't go up because they don't, because they're the VA, right? If your hearing loss prevents you from working, you could file an Schedular TDIU claim and win it and go from 0 to 100%. This is huge. No wonder the VA doesn't advertise this too much. They say that Schedular TDIU claims require special handling and they need to be approved by the director versus just the VA rater. The way they market this makes it sound like it's impossible to overcome, and it kind of sounds like, if you have the director involved, it's going to take longer and, it's going to be much harder. I talked with a vocational expert recently, and he said that he's won just as many Schedular individual unemployability claims as he's won schedular individual unemployability claims, because it's all about the evidence. When you get a vocational assessment involved, a vocational expert doesn't care either way. If you have the evidence, using my example, if you have the evidence to prove that your 0% hearing loss prevents you from working, he can make it stick. And this, going by the director, he just kind of laughed. I mean, how long does it take for a claim? Anywhere from a day, a week, to 7 years. So how much longer is it possibly going to take? The VA moves slow as a snail anyway. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that deter you. They say it needs to run by the director. Perfect. Put that shit on his fucking desk and let's get this done. If you could prove that any one of your service-connected disabilities prevents you from working, then a vocational expert can take that information and do a write-up for you that the director's going to have to approve. The director's not fancy or special. He has to go by the law. Not that any of his raters or him go by the law anyway, but he doesn't have any special kryptonite or special powers against a vocational assessment. A vocational assessment will smoke his ass too. And as I mentioned in my last video about VA individual unemployability, which is linked here or linked in the eye, he can't rebut it. He can't argue it. He doesn't have a vocational expert to do the rebutting or the arguing with at his disposal. He can't challenge the opinion. Now, you have to be able to prove that your disability prevents you from working here. And, the hearing loss example is a great example. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website. And in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence, like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form, boom, you're done.